Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this video titled Real World Problems with Ratios. And you want to get out your pencil and your calculator and also your math journal, and you want to turn to your math book to page 201. And what we're going to do during this video is just take a look at 4 different types of problems with ratios, and we're going to solve these together as we move through this video. Now I would like you to turn to page 202, and we're going to go through the first practice problem of practice solving real-world problems involving ratios. Now you can see we're going to take a look at how to do this with a bar model. So a bar model can help you visualize the way that this is set up. So what we see here is a box contains a total of 1,380 baseball and football cards. The number of baseball cards to the number of football cards is ratio 5:1. How many baseball cards are there? So you can see, if you're setting this up with a bar model to visualize it, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units for baseball cards because it's 5. And then football cards, there's 1 unit there because it's 1. All right, now the total amount, we know this is all going to equal 1,380. Where am I getting that number from? We know that totally contains 1,380. So let's think about the total number of units. We have 5 for baseball cards, 1 for football cards, for a total of 6 units. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units there. So what we can see is that 6 units equals 1,380. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out how many cards equals 1 unit. And then from there, we can figure out how many baseball cards there are. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to take 1,380, that's the total amount. We're going to divide it by however many units we have. So divide it by 6, and that's going to give me 230. So that means each unit here represents 230. So how many baseball cards, once again, are there? We know that there are 5 units representing the baseball cards. And so we're going to take the 230 that each unit contains, 230 cards, multiply that by 5, and then we can see that'll give me 1,150 total baseball cards. So that would be our answer, 1,150. So again, it's important to break down your ratio and figure out how much does 1 unit actually equal in terms of cards for this problem. We multiplied that by 5 because there's 5 units, okay, representing the baseball cards, and you can see that gave us 1,150 baseball cards. So the idea of trying to figure out how much 1 unit contains is something that we'll continue to use throughout this video. So let's turn to page 204. So we looked at regular ratio problems. Now we're going to take a look at practice solving real-world problems involving ratios of 3 quantities. We're used to just looking at 2 quantities, but we're going to take a look at 3 now. So this is on page 202, and I'd like you to work this out with me. So it says a school raised $18,000 at a charity event. The money raised was shared among 3 charities, A, B, and C, in the ratio 1 to 3, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3. How much money did each charity receive? Okay, so once again, we got to figure out how much does 1 unit represent. So we got to break it down by the number of units we have. So that's the first thing you always want to do, whether you're looking at ratios of 3 quantities, 5 quantities, 2 quantities, whatever it may be. You got to figure out how many units you're dealing with. And what you do, you just take a look at your ratio, and we have 1, 2, and 3. So add all those together so we can see a total of 6 units. Okay? If you're drawing a bar model like this, you would just have 1 unit for A, 2 for B, 3 for C, based upon the information in the problem. So what we need to do is understand that a total of 6 units is going to equal $18,000. Okay, so understanding that 6 units equals $18,000, 1 unit, we're going to figure out how much 1 unit costs. We're going to take that 18,000 and what are we going to divide by? We're going to divide by the amount of units we have because we need to figure out how much is in 1 unit. So 18,000 divided by 6 is going to give us 3,000 per unit. Now, once you understand how much each unit represents, we can easily figure out how many 2 represent and 3 represent and so on. So 1 unit is $3,000. So what we can see here is that charity A, since it's represented with 1 unit, is going to receive $3,000. In order to figure out charity B, we go back to how much that 1 unit is represented by. We take 3,000, multiply it by 2, that's $6,000. So charity B receives $6,000. Now let's take a look at charity 3. Charity C, 3 units, remember 3,000 per unit. Multiply that by 3, it's going to give us $9,000. So charity C received $9,000. So again, you need to add the numbers that represent your ratio, take the total amount and divide it by the numbers that you added together, and that'll tell you how much is in 1 unit there. Okay, let's turn our books to page 206. It says practice solving real-world problems involving 2 sets of ratios. So we're going to take a look at 2 sets of ratios now. So it says Ava, Cole, and Zane have a total of 175 stickers. You can see that's represented over here, Ava, Cole, and Zane. The ratio of the number of stickers Ava has to the number of stickers Cole has is 5:3. So we have 5:3 compared to Ava and Cole. Now the ratio of the number of stickers Cole has to the number of stickers Zane has is 2:3. Okay, so what we can see, 2:3 represented over here. Okay, so you can see that each unit is divided into different sections there. And you can see each unit, 2 for Cole, 3 for Zane. The total amount of sections here would be 6 to 9, which could be simplified to 2 to 3. Okay, so let's take a look at the right side with Ava, Cole, and Zane, because what we need to do is we need to figure out the number of stickers Ava has to the number of stickers Cole has, okay, in order to find the number of stickers Zane has. Okay, so we can see number of stickers Ava has, so we take the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can see it's been multiplied by 2. So that gives us 10 total units when we're comparing Ava, Cole, and Zane. We can see Cole multiplied by 2. 3 times 2, 2 times 3. Now we have a total of 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Zane, what we do here is we're taking this ratio compared to all of them, and we can see it's divided by 3, multiplied by 3 for 9 total units. So we have the total number of units, comparing everyone, is 10. Let's write that down to 6 to 9 for a total of 25 units representing the 175. So the total number of units that Ava and Cole have in all, we can see Ava is right here, 10, Cole 6, for a total of 16 that you can write right underneath there. So we have 16 here. So thinking through this problem, we have 25 units we know from our picture above. It's going to equal 175 stickers. So in order to find 1 unit, we need to take that 175 divided by 25, and we'll see we have 7 for the 1 unit. Okay, so 16 units, taking a look at the 16 units, is going to equal 7 times 16, and that'll give us 112 total there. And where am I getting my 16 from? We can see that's how many units is represented from Ava and also Cole combined. So this is going to be the final problem that we work through on this video. We are going to take a look at another problem in class as well. So if you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.